said, it was planned. Like, it was something that we wanted to do, but we didn't, I ain't gonna say we really, like, planned it for that certain time. So, me not knowing and not saying, you know, by really not paying attention, I was like, babe, you all
Baby was definitely in denial. He kept telling me, you all right, you're all right.
You're not pregnant, you know. Because, like, we wasn't planning around that time. We always said, you know, soon. You know what I'm saying? So, it was, like, we were planning it, but we weren't planning it at the time it was being done. Mm-hmm. So, like, I didn't believe it at the time. But, like, all I could do was believe when she came home with
even then, he didn't believe me. Even then, he did not believe me. When I came home with my ultrasound picture, he was like, where'd you get this from the internet?
And she did show me on the phone. She honestly did.
Because I took a picture of it.
Probably at the time they didn't let you get the...
Nah, because I had went in the hospital. When I first found out I was pregnant, it wasn't like a regular planned doctor's appointment. So as you know, when you're in the hospital, like on the emergency call, like the emergency room, they will check on your baby, but give you physical pictures and stuff like that. They don't do because they want you to follow up with your own OBGYN and go to your own physician to tell you what's really going on. They pretty much just tell you the bare minimum. Like they tell you how far along you are. And that's pretty much it. They just tell you that you're pregnant and how far along you are. So being the fact that I did get a nice lady who did my ultrasound, she told me she wasn't supposed to let me get a picture of it, but she physically let me take a picture of it in my phone. So I think that's a lot of it why he thought I got it off the internet. Because a lot of the times, and right around that time, we were so active on our YouTube channel, I guess he just assumed I was pranking him because we was making a lot of videos around that time trying to put out a lot of content. So I think he was assuming that I was pranking him because he really didn't believe me. Like, his face was priceless. Like, he just kind of looked at me and he was like, babe, you got that off the internet? And then when I told him, like, no, baby, this is real, this is serious, his whole everything kind of changed. I think he was really shocked.
What told me, yeah, it's true. Because, for one, I don't, you know, it's got to be a prank or it's real. But when her grandma pull out the camera, it's usually real. So,
yeah, because my grandma is a very, like, serious type of person. Yeah.
Grandma wanted to see my face when she told me, so she pulled out her phone. I'm like, I seen in the corner of my eye and she pulled it out, so I'm like, oh, so yeah, you serious? This is for real, like.
And I think that's when the shock set in, because his whole aura changed. Like, his face went from, you're not pregnant, to, you're pregnant. So I think that really shocked him. Babe was really shocked I was pregnant. I was shocked because I definitely cried when they told me I was pregnant. I was really shocked, but I was shocked more so on the lines of, wow, I'm pregnant again. I knew I was pregnant, though. Like, I had been telling him that for, probably like 2 months prior to that. I'm like, babe, I really don't feel good.
She been telling usually, like, I guess I didn't believe it at the time because I was like, nah, this ain't where we plan to do it. So, like, I wasn't like, nah, you not pregnant. You probably just not feeling good today or something like that. But, yeah, because she must have been pregnant before we went on that trip. And I didn't know. Because
I knew it. Like, the symptoms that I was having, I was so sick. I was so irritated with him. A lot of women know that get pregnant, you have different symptoms. Sometimes you're really sick. He was bothering me and he wasn't doing nothing to me. That was a symptom that I got when I was pregnant with my son. So that was like a really big red flag. When I kept telling him every day, you're irritating me, you're getting on my nerves. He like, I'm not even doing nothing to you. He like, babe. And I would look back at it in hindsight and I would say, he's really not bothering me. Like, he's not doing nothing to me. Why am I so irritated with him? That's what made me continuously tell him, babe, I'm pregnant. And he kept telling me no. And then it was the hunger attacks in the middle of the night. It was really late. We'd be up, like, watching a movie or something. And I would tell him, babe, I'm starving. Like, I'm feeling like I'm about to pass out. Stomach is growling. I'm hungry. And he would be like, That don't mean you pregnant, babe. You just hungry. But that's not my character. Like, I don't eat in the middle of the night and stuff like that. So that's what I was trying to explain to him. Like, babe, when do I ever do this besides when I was pregnant with our son? Like,
I don't know. I guess I was just too into like being planning it when we was planning to do it or going to do it instead of it just happening then. Cause we was just going into, you know, on a trip. So I'm like,
and I think
you know
that's
what I'm saying?
what threw him off as well. We literally was like planning a trip and going on a trip around this time. Like, we planned the trip. You want me to do the eggs or you gonna do it? I think this can come off here too. I think it's done. Yeah, you can scoop this off of here. It's like hard and scooting around. So, want me to give me that fork? But I think that's a lot of what threw him off as well. The fact that we was planning the trip and, you know, we was just doing a lot of movement around that time. Like, we were really moving around that time. So I think that's what kind of threw him off too. He's like, girl, you're not pregnant. You just tired because we got all of these plans. We're doing all of this right now. But like I said, I always felt like I was pregnant. So when they told me that I was, it really didn't, what you call, like I say, shock me. I was just more so shocked that I really was having another baby. But that was pretty much it. I guess you could like tell them how you felt about it, because other than the fact that you were shocked about it, what was your feelings about finding out we were pregnant again? Like, were you ready? Were you not ready?
I mean, you want like two, right?
Yeah.
You want to scramble them?
If you want to fry them, that's how we want to do it.
I'll fry mine this time.
Yeah, I'll fry mine too.
Well, for me, when she told
Turn
me,
it down for the egg. It might be too hot for eggs.
Oh, it's not working.
I got like two. 200.
Because it's really hot.
But for me,
Wait, what's not working?
you say the controller did or something?
I got some off this fridge.
I'm not sure. It's just him being him.
Yeah, look. Or the controller just know.
Here, I'll put this. You can put it back in there until we done.
For me, dang, mine's falling off the edge. For me, I'm like, what? Oh, yeah. I don't like
I
mine.
know you don't like that.
So you want yours like
Yeah,
that?
do mine too.
For me, really, I don't know. Let me turn it a little bit. When she told me, I wasn't shocked because, like, I don't know. It just, I guess the way it came, it just, I was like, dang, bro, we wasn't, you know, it wasn't playing right now, and I didn't think you was. I said, then it just like everything started going back to where she was like, dang, babe, I didn't feel good, and this and that. I'm like, then I was starting to say, dang, I'm not paying attention to the signs, and I'm tripping, because, you know, not to talk bad, like, but anything could happen, you know, within that time if you're not paying, if you don't know, and you could be doing something you don't supposed to be doing. Like, she could have probably been lifting something she don't supposed to be doing. Lifting, stuff like that. So, like, once I found out, I was just like, don't get me wrong, I love my son with all my heart, but I was like, I gotta have at least one. This is how I planned it when I was a little younger. I wanted to have a boy than a girl. That's how I wanted it to be.
Yeah, we both did. We both
So,
agreed on that, yeah.
For that to happen, I was happy about that though, cause like we already off the rip was like, what you think it's gonna be? What you gonna think it's be? I'm like,
We both knew we was having a girl. Yeah, we both were serious about
it's gonna be
that.
a girl. And it actually was a girl. Like,
Well, originally they told us it was a boy. We did our gender we did our gender reveal, and they told us we were having a boy.
yeah.
So initially we started buying boy stuff, and then when I went to my next ultrasound appointment, they were like, "No, we gave you wrong information. We're sorry, it's a girl."
So we did spend some money on a boy, but
But
was kinda,
luckily, luckily, my sister's pregnant now with me. My
That
sister
was-
is literally
that's what I was finna
a
say. At
month
least
behind me,
It
so
was a benefit out of it
Right.
because
we just gave her everything that we got because she definitely wanted a girl. We thought we were having a boy because that's what they told us, but it was crazy because it was flip flop. I ended up having the girl, and she actually ended up having the boy. So everything that
I
she
can't
kind of
even
got,
focus. I think I should do a bump it to that side or
however you can get up under
see
it.
if
I
you
guess.
get on there with the.
Flip it that way, yeah. What was crazy because like all the stuff that she bought, we just kind of like traded off our stuff because it was easier for us that way instead of like trying to call the stores and call like Carter's and stuff to see if we can return stuff. We just kind of swapped out all of our stuff because me and my sister is literally like a month and a half apart from each other.
Yeah, so that was a benefit out of that, but shoot, I still don't know what to think. Like, it's so different with the boy and the girl, and
Yeah, we're
I'm
still nervous about that part.
I'm still to see. I'm still anxious on see what's gonna happen because I ain't saying nothing bad gonna happen. I just know how my personality is and hers, and putting that together, it's gonna be funny because he's already a.
Yeah, our
He's
son is
already-
like off the chain.
He's hilarious.
He is just,
So,
just off the
Now
chain.
having a little girl with that type of attitude and that type of goofiness, all that is gonna be
Yeah,
exciting.
because me and him, like, he has a really goofy side to him, and I really do too. I'm more so on the more outgoing side. He's more so on the shy, bottled up side, but around his family, like if he knows you and he's comfortable with you, he just as goofy as I am. So, not to mention, our son is like literally 50% of both of us. Like he has my attitude. He physically looks just like his father. But he definitely acts and has a lot of my traits. He act a lot like you too. He act a lot like you too though. So it's just gonna be really interesting. I'm hoping that our daughter has more sort of his attitude, because our son takes after me on the attitude part, and his attitude is like off the chain, like it's over the top. So we're hoping that our daughter is more so not as off the chain as our son is, because he is.
I know from like I said her attitude. I have it. It's like mine is like behind doors type. Like you gotta really push me to see that type
Exactly,
side.
yeah.
Her, like you gotta push her too, but she's not gonna let a lot slide. Like me, I might, because you know what I'm saying. I got that little shy type. I ain't I'm a little quiet at times, and then I'll let you know. But she'll let you know every time. So he got that
from me,
because
yeah.
whatever you say to him, he don't care who it is. You said take it off.
Take it off, yeah.
Whatever you say to him, he ain't gonna.
He has no filter.
He's not gonna let that happen.
And you know, I kind of do blame myself for that, because he do kind of get that from me. Like you said, I do let a lot of stuff slide, but I'm more so, if it need to be said right then and there, I'm not gonna hold back within saying it. I'm gonna say it. So, and he's more so like, he'll give you a couple chances, for you to test him before you can actually like make him say something to you. So that's pretty much the only difference with our attitudes. But other than that, like, we're very grateful that we were able to get pregnant when we did. Like, we're definitely not complaining. We was not upset about it at all.
I touched it a little bit.
What's your
It
thumb?
got me
Your
a little
thumb-
bit.
your thumb
Nah,
touch?
it got me right here a little
Do
bit.
it hurt?
It don't hurt. It was just a little hot.
Hot, right?
It got me a little bit. Don't laugh at me,
He said it got me a little
but it
bit.
got me a little bit right here.
But we're definitely not complaining, because this is what we wanted. We always said right after we had our son, we were gonna wait 3 to 4 years and then have another, which our